Hello, this is Elizabeth, the Essential Pharmacist, and today I'm going to do a video on discovering essential oils for family health. So just bear with me and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, here we are. So I need to say at the outset that these essential oils are not intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or to prevent any disease. And if anyone has any health concerns that they are worried about, they need to go and speak to their own healthcare providers. So a little bit about me first. I'm a pharmacist and I have developed over the past couple of years a keen interest in using natural remedies, in particular therapeutic grade essential oils. And this is in part due to the side effects that I see that people are experiencing when sometimes they use normal prescribed medicines. I think that sometimes people can be too dependent on prescription medicines, and I think that sometimes there is a place, particularly for minor ailments, for us to be exploring other options that perhaps don't have the same potential to cause side effects. I am scientifically trained, and I love the science and the research behind the essential oils, and there is a lot of science and a lot of research that is being undertaken, and this for me means that there is an understanding now that we are having of how the essential oils work, and it's not just kind of witchcraft or voodoo medicine that perhaps it may have been considered to be in the past. I'm also a mother of 2 young children, and I've been using the essential oils since October 2016. And during this time, I have witnessed many, many successes using essential oils with my own family members, with my friends, and also now amongst my customers who like to share their success stories with me. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about why people are becoming so interested in essential oils, talking about what is an essential oil, how you can use essential oils. I will give some examples of some of the essential oils and some of the things that you can do with them. And then towards the end, I will tell you about how you can obtain the oils if you so wish. So why essential oils? Why are people becoming so interested in essential oils at the moment? We have what I'm calling an essential oil explosion. And this, in part, I think is a lot to do with people having a greater awareness through social media and through the national media about some of the issues that we have with medicines, with household cleaning products, with perfumes, and perhaps with air fresheners. There seems to be a growing awareness amongst people as to some of the potential dangers of using some of these chemicals that we have historically been using for many years. There are available to us what I'm terming as a new generation of high quality, pure, potent essential oils. And these essential oils are available to us, whereas in the past they weren't always necessarily available for us to be able to get our hands on. There's lots of information about medicines and about side effects and about toxicities, potential toxicities of medicines. If you've ever looked at the inside, the package insert in a box of medicines, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a long, long list of potential things that could go wrong. To be honest, they don't often go wrong for many people, but sometimes for some people they do. I definitely want to make it clear that I'm not turning my back on allopathic or prescription medicine. I'm most certainly not. There's no doubt at all that medicines have saved lives and continue to save lives. However, as I said, I think that sometimes we are becoming a little bit too dependent on some of these really rather harsh, toxic, potentially, chemicals. And sometimes there would be a place for minor ailments in particular for us to consider trying something else, perhaps, if we feel that way inclined. Household cleaning products, there was some research that came out in February 2018 from Norwegian researchers where they looked at, they investigated the lungs of people who used household cleaning products on a regular basis, and they found that in some cases, or in many cases, these people had damage to their lungs, sometimes to the same extent as somebody that had smoked 20 cigarettes a day. They also found increased rates of asthma and other respiratory diseases in the people that had been using household cleaning products regularly. There's information now available to us about perfumes, about the potential hazards of using chemicals in perfumes. Some of them perhaps might cause hormone disruption, so they might affect our hormones in ways that we previously may not have been aware. And air fresheners, particularly plug-in air fresheners, there have been some safety concerns, and many people, I believe, are now becoming more aware of these concerns. And so a combination of these reasons is why I think people are now looking at essential oils. There seems to be a massive interest in essential oils. So what are essential oils exactly? They are defined as natural, volatile, which means they evaporate at room temperature, aromatic compounds, so they smell. And they are found in plants. You can get them from flowers, from leaves, from stems, from the bark, from roots, really any part of a plant, seeds. There are typically between 20 and 100 compounds within an essential oil. Essential oils are likened sometimes to the plant's immune system, so they help to support the plant to overcome pathogens or environmental threats. The methods used to extract essential oils should not introduce any chemicals, because if you extract using chemicals, there's a high chance that you will leave a chemical residue in the oil, and we don't want that. So the best methods of extraction, so that you don't leave any chemicals, are either steam distillation, which is used for the majority of the essential oils that I use, or cold pressed extraction, which is a method that can be used to extract the essential oils from citrus fruits, from the rind of the citrus fruit. So essential oils are powerful when they're pure. They're very powerful. They are relatively safe, and there is a minimal risk of side effects. The information that I have received is that only 0.0071% of all of the users who use the oils that I use, that's the doTERRA brand, have reported adverse reactions. If you look into some of the reports, you'll see that a number of them are skin reactions, and sometimes, or quite often, a skin reaction may occur if the essential oil hasn't been diluted properly. So if it's either been used neat on the skin or it's been used in a concentration that was too strong. Essential oils, when they're used correctly, are safe in older people and also in very young people. The doTERRA oils are 100% natural. The essential oil industry is not terribly well regulated, unlike the pharmaceutical industry, which is what I'm used to. So this means that sometimes on the labels of essential oils, they can claim things that may not necessarily be absolutely true. For example, many of the oils bought on the high street claim 100% purity, but when they're analysed, this is not always found to be the case. We have a chemical analyst who's based in the States called Dr. Robert Pappas, and he analyzes essential oils, and he will post the GCMS traces on on his page. I think it's called Essential Oil University. I've certainly found some information on there about a number of oils that are claiming purity but are totally fraudulent, and in some cases don't even contain any of the oil that they are claiming they contain. So the brand of oils that I use, that I prefer to use, are made by doTERRA. They have what they call a CPTG standard. This stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, and it's a mark that you will see on the labels of the doTERRA products. And basically this is a guarantee that these oils are pure, that they are natural, there is no artificial ingredients in them, there are no fragrances, no synthetic fragrances, no fillers, no diluents. They're certified to be free of pesticides and other chemical residues. They are therefore potent, very potent, far more potent than any essential oils that I have ever used myself in the past. And for anybody who's interested in exploring the actual contents of a bottle a bit more, if you take the batch number from the bottom of the bottles of doTERRA oils and you put them into a website called Source2U, you can actually find the GCMS trace, which is a trace, a chemical, was an analysis that shows you the different compounds, the amounts of those compounds that are present in that oil. There is a fixed trace for how a pure oil should look, so you can compare the trace that you're getting for this batch of oils with what the trace should look like to be able to see whether or not you've got anything in there that shouldn't be there, and to see that you have the right things present. So it's all very transparent. So where do the doTERRA essential oils come from? They actually come from all over the world. They are farmed indigenously where those plants grow the best. So if you think about it, if you were to try to grow a lemon tree here in the UK, you may find that you can keep it alive, but you probably wouldn't find that it bore nice, healthy lemons. So, you know, it makes total sense to grow the oils or to grow the plants in the country where the climate is right, where the soil is right, where the local people know how to harvest those plants and extract the essential oils. So this is exactly what doTERRA do. They partner with farmers from lots of different countries, lots of third world countries, and they work with these communities. They also have a lot of projects, co-impact sourcing, projects where they support a lot of the communities, often in third world countries, providing them sometimes with the things that they are lacking. So just a little bit about how the essential oils can work and how they are effective. So an essential oil, if you remember, I said it was a volatile aromatic compound. They are very small molecules and they are lipophilic, which means that they have an affinity for fats. Now, the membranes around our cells are formed from a phospholipid, which is a fatty membrane. So the essential oils they have an affinity for that membrane. They can pass through the membrane by a process called passive diffusion. So they can diffuse in and out of the cell quite easily. It doesn't require any energy to be expended from the cell. If the oils diffuse into one of our cells and there happens to be a virus hiding in there or living in there, replicating in there, then the oils, if they have antiviral properties, they can support our immune systems in helping to destroy those viruses which live on the inside of our cells. And incidentally, we don't have that many medicines that are effective against viruses, and this is partly to do with not being able to get the medicines in the right concentrations into our cells. So there are three different ways that we can use the essential oils. The first way is aromatically, and this means inhaled. So we can put essential oils into a diffuser, which is an electronic diffuser. Actually, there are some battery and some solar powered ones as well. But basically, the idea is that you don't heat the essential oils. So if you've got pure therapeutic grade essential oils, if you heat them, you can change the chemical properties so that you don't get all of the benefits from the oils, which obviously if you're using therapeutic grade oils, that would be a shame. So if you use a diffuser doesn't produce heat in vaporizing the oils. So many diffusers, you add water to the diffuser and you would put a few drops of oil into the diffuser. I would normally put 4 or 5 drops of oil in a normal sized room into my diffuser with water. And the diffuser jiggles the water, just in lay terminology, jiggles the water and creates a vapor which has the oils dispersed in the vapor. So if you you can also use the oils aromatically just by smelling them directly from the bottle, or you could put a few drops on a tissue, or sometimes with my children I might put it on the collar of their school shirts or on their sleeves, but I'm always very careful not to let the neat oil come into direct contact with their skin, because that could cause a sensitivity reaction. You can apply the essential oils to your hands and cup your hands and inhale from your hands. Again, I would be a little bit careful with this if you have sensitive skin or if it's on a child. I would dilute the oils with a carrier oil before putting them onto the hands neat. Essential oils used aromatically this is your preferred way if you wanted to manage mood. There's science behind this. So the olfactory nervous system carries our sense of smell directly to the limbic system. The limbic part of the brain is where we process emotions and we store memories. The essential oils have also been demonstrated to affect levels of our neurotransmitters. So these are the hormones within our brain. So they can affect the way that we think, the way that we feel. Some of them have uplifting properties and some of them have very calming properties. You can diffuse an essential oil in a room if you want to improve the odor. So if you've got cooking smells or odors that you want to overcome, then you can use your diffuser and your oils to do that. You can also diffuse essential oils to help protect against seasonal threats. So if the essential oils are vaporized and if they come into contact with airborne pathogens, as long as they have antipathogenic properties, then the essential oils can help to protect the air from these pathogens. So we can also use essential oils aromatically if we want to support our respiratory systems. And clearly, if you're inhaling the oil will go into your lungs where it can have its local effect. The second way that we use essential oils is topically, and this means applied to the skin. So in most cases, we would dilute the essential oils before applying them to the skin to reduce the risk of having a sensitivity reaction. However, some people are happy to apply the oils directly to, say, for example, the soles of their feet where the skin is very tough. You do get very good absorption through the skin on the soles of the feet, so the oils get absorbed into the body and can circulate around the body when applied to the soles of the feet. Personally, I would always dilute oils for my children if I'm applying to their feet. For myself, sometimes I will use the oils neat, sometimes I will also dilute them for myself. The oils can also be used internally or orally. This is not something that you can do with many brands of essential oils, but with the doTERRA oils, for many of them, you can take them safely internally. I admit For some people, this is a controversial way of using the essential oils. So I would just like to say that you don't need to take them internally to get the effect. You can use them aromatically or topically, and you will get beneficial effect. You don't have to use them internally if that doesn't feel good to you. But if you don't have an issue with the internal use, then we would only recommend this for adults and only in small amounts. You can use the oils in a cold drink, so maybe dispersed, 1 drop of oil dispersed in a glass of water. You can mix with honey or coconut oil, or some people like to put their oils into a veggie capsule. So you take the top off a clear capsule, add the oils, put the top back on, and then swallow. This way you don't actually taste the oils. Just as a little bit of reassurance, the FDA have approved many of the oils for flavouring foods. So the FDA accepts that it is a safe practice to internalise the essential oils. Many of them are designated a GRAS status. GRAS means generally recognised as safe. So looking at some of the essential oils, one of the most commonly used essential oils is lavender oil, and I'm sure most people have come across and have smelt lavender oil. The doTERRA lavender oil to me smells very different from the lavender oils that I have purchased elsewhere. It's a very clear, clean smell, which it smells totally different to me. Possible uses, I am restricted in some of the things that I can say, and this is just because we are not allowed to make claims that have not been approved by the FDA about these oils. But what I would say is that if you want any more information about the ways or the conditions that you can use these essential oils, there is plenty of information and testimonies available online, so have a look by all means online to find out a bit more. I can tell you some of the ways that I have used the oils, but this is only personal to me. I'm not able to say that the oils will work in the same way for other people. So for some of the oils, I can tell you a little bit about how I've used them and how I've used them in my family. But what I am allowed to say for lavender is that it is widely used for its calming and relaxing qualities. It can reduce anxious feelings even when the ability to smell aromas has been lost, which is interesting because this clearly is not via the olfactory nervous system. This will be the molecules in the lavender actually having a direct effect. This essential oil helps to ease feelings of tension. You can add a few drops of lavender to your pillow, to your bedding, to the bottoms of your feet to prepare for a restful night's sleep. And lavender can be used to soothe occasional skin irritations. So for myself, I've used lavender on burns, just surface burns when I've stuck my hand on the side of the oven or put my hand in the steam of the kettle and I've burnt myself. If you apply, or if I apply lavender oil neat directly to the burn before I go and run it onto the cold tap, even, quite often the pain, the redness totally goes to the extent where, you know, I can forget about my burn very quickly after having done it. I've used lavender oil for my children when they have had received nettle stings. It's been very effective for cuts and bruises on my children as well. I've used lavender oil for dermatitis and also mixed with melaleuca, which I'll talk about in a moment. But melaleuca and lavender, I've used those for dermatitis and eczema and had some great results. And also for ear infections, lavender and melaleuca together I have used in my children when they've had ear infections, and I've had amazing results there too. But as I've said, plenty more examples of instances where you can use lavender are available for you to look into yourself online. Peppermint oil, again, one of my favorites. I think they're all my favorites, but I absolutely love peppermint. I've always loved peppermint. I personally use peppermint for getting rid of headaches. I respond brilliantly to peppermint. If I ever get a headache, I just rub a little bit in my temples and on the back of my neck and my headache goes. almost immediately. But what I am allowed to say generally is that you can rub peppermint on your temples after you wake up for an early morning or for a morning energy boost. In fact, you can do that at any time of the day, and it just puts you, it makes you, I say it puts me back in my head. It just gives me focus and clarity. You can diffuse peppermint oil when you're feeling fatigued or low on energy. Peppermint can promote good digestive health. It helps soothe bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion. It can be used to promote a healthy respiratory function and clear breathing. Peppermint oil repels bugs naturally, so I know of people who put peppermint oil, spray peppermint oil when they think there are spiders in their home, and the spiders don't like the peppermint, so therefore steer clear. You can also diffuse peppermint during study time, and again, I've used this with myself and with my children when I'm focusing and concentrating and want to get down to work. If I put peppermint mixed with lemon, actually is amazing, but if I put that in my diffuser and then focus and get down to work, I seem to do so much better than if I hadn't used it. Wild orange, this is another oil that I absolutely love. I use this one in my buttercream icing when I've made cakes, and it's absolutely delicious. You only need a couple of drops because it is very potent, very, very, very powerful, but it does taste incredible. So wild orange, it contains powerful antioxidants. It's a powerful cleanser and purifying agent, and it has an energizing aroma. My younger son uses wild orange because he finds it very calming. We put it in his diffuser at bedtime, and it's highly effective in calming him down and preparing him for sleep. Lemon, another citrus oil, and at this point I'm just going to mention that citrus oils, when applied to the skin, may cause photosensitivity. So if you do apply to the skin, make sure that you keep that part of your skin out of direct sunlight for at least 12 hours after applying. If you apply to the soles of your feet, then that should be fine, as long as you don't raise your feet to the sun. You should be okay. So lemon oil, when diffused, lemon is very uplifting and energizing, and may be able to improve mood. It naturally cleanses the body and aids in digestion. It supports a healthy respiratory function. It may help with seasonal respiratory discomfort. It helps to remove grease, and certainly I have used lemon a lot in my kitchen just to remove the grease when we've been, cooking on the stove. I mix with water and just spray and then lift the grease off with a cloth. Lemon cleanses and purifies the air and surfaces. Sometimes I can diffuse lemon if I want to remove food smells, takeaway from last night. If it's still lingering in the morning, I would put lemon in my diffuser just to kind of clean the air. So lemon reduces anxiety also and promotes a happy mood. Next is Melaleuca, or for some people they would know that as tea tree. This comes from Australia. The possible uses that I'm allowed to say are that Melaleuca is renowned for its cleansing and rejuvenating effect on the skin. It helps to reduce the appearance of blemishes when applied to the skin, and it promotes a healthy immune function. So in terms of how I would use Melaleuca in my family, I have a family member who gets cold sores, and this family member would apply neat Melaleuca directly onto the cold sore at the first sign of that cold sore, and we have had some very good results with that. I have customers and friends who use Melaleuca for their teenage children who have acne, and again we've had some really good reports of help in helping the appearance of skin that is prone to acne. I think that's all I'll say. But if you need any more information again about Melaleuca, there's lots and lots of information online about how other people may have had success with Melaleuca. Oregano, this is what they call a hot oil, which means that if you put this on your skin, it feels very uncomfortable. So if you put oregano on your skin and you don't like the feeling, then as I think I said already, you can remove it with oil. Don't remove it with water. Use an oil to lift it off your skin. You can use any type of oil, a carrier oil, for example, fractionated coconut, or you can use olive oil. Anything that's oil-based should remove it off the skin. If you use water, it's because the oil and the water don't mix, then the water would drive the oils deeper into the skin, so that would become even more uncomfortable. This oil can be used as a powerful cleansing and purifying agent. It helps to support a healthy respiratory function and may help to support a healthy immune system. So for me personally, I have used oregano to get rid of a verruca. I used it for a week, and the verruca that I had, I'd probably had for between 18 months and 2 years. That had gone by the end of a week. I also have friends who've used oregano oil on warts and also on skin tags. So a tiny little bit dabbed onto a skin tag with a toothpick has caused that skin tag to fall off. That could be quite uncomfortable though, so I definitely wouldn't do that on a child. On Guard, this is a blend of oils that has been put together. Sometimes doTERRA put a blend of oils together that where the individual oils have synergy. So that basically means that if you add the effect of the individual oils, the sum of the effect is greater than the total of the single effect, if that makes sense. So On Guard, it supports the immune system. You can diffuse it for protection, and you can apply it to the soles of the feet also to help support your immune system. You can rub it on the bottom of children's feet during school term time, and this is definitely something that I do with my children, and I have noticed that they don't appear to get the same amount of illness as some of the other children that they are at school with who don't use essential oils. On Guard protects against environmental threats. It supports a healthy respiratory function. It can be used, again, like lemon oil, to keep surfaces clean, and it can be diffused for cleansing the air. So if it comes into contact with an airborne pathogen, then it can cleanse the air of that airborne pathogen. So the next oil is another blend. It's called Air. It used to be called Breathe in Europe, but the name has changed to Air. So this is also known as the respiratory blend. It maintains feelings of clear airways and easy breathing. That basically means that if you've got a stuffy nose or a cold, it can help to help you breathe, clear your airway. It helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats, and it may be diffused at bedtime to promote a restful night's sleep. Again, there are many testimonies available online if you want any more information, but there are a lot of people that have reported support with long-term respiratory ailments. And I've also got a very close friend whose husband snores, and when they use Breathe in their diffuser, her husband doesn't snore, so it's got lots of benefits. Another blend is the Deep Blue blend. This is really useful for me for muscular and joint support. So if I have any aches and pains, I will use Deep Blue on those aches and pains. It's an invigorating workout blend, and it's perfect for a perfect soothing blend after exercise. So yeah, this is how I sometimes use it, but I am aware of other people with achy joints, arthritic joints, and other injuries that use Deep Blue and have reported fantastic results with this one. Another blend that doTERRA do is called Zengest, also known as the digestive blend. And as you might imagine, this one is used for digestive ailments. You can add to a glass of water or to tea. That would have to be cooled down tea. You certainly wouldn't want to be boiling hot tea, because obviously you'll destroy some of the properties of the oil, as I said earlier, when you heat. But you can add to water or tea to maintain a healthy gastrointestinal tract. You can use it to ease feelings of queasiness, and it helps to reduce bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion. And again, lots of people I know with digestive disorders and discomfort and lots of different ailments have reported great success with the Zengest. It used to be called Digesten actually, so if you'll notice the picture on the bottle label refers to it as Digesten rather than Zengest, but it's exactly the same product. It just had another name change, like the air and the breathe. Frankincense, this is an amazing oil. There are lots and lots and lots of different things that you can use frankincense for. It blends really lovely, really well with lots of the other oils as well. So it's one of the most prized and precious essential oils due to its extensive health benefits. It may be used to support healthy cellular function. You can add it to moisturizer, and I sometimes do this. We'll add a drop to my moisturizer in the morning to reduce the appearance of blemishes and to rejuvenate the skin. It may be used to support healthy immune function and response. It can support the health of the cardiovascular system. It can support the overall health of the digestive and the GI tract, the digestive system and the GI tract. It can help to support healthy liver function, and it's calming, soothing, and relaxing to the nervous system and supports healthy nervous system function. So lots and lots of uses for frankincense, and there's lots of research going on actually as well in terms of cellular health with frankincense. So just a little recap over essential oil safety. When used responsibly, the essential oils are relatively safe and gentle with minimal risk of side effects. The safest place to apply the essential oils topically is to the soles of the feet. In most instances, you would want to dilute the essential oils, particularly if it's for a young person or for an older person who has sensitive skin, or even just for anybody with sensitive skin. You would definitely dilute in to a greater extent. You would use a carrier oil to dilute. You wouldn't use water. The carrier oil that I use is fractionated coconut, which is liquid coconut oil at room temperature, and you also get lots of the benefits of the coconut in that oil, which is one of the reasons that I like it. It's also quite stable when you mix essential oils with it. Not all of the carrier oils last terribly long once they've been mixed with an essential oil, but for the fractionated coconut, that one is very stable. You need to keep essential oils out of eyes, ears and nose, any orifice really. If you feel discomfort when you've applied an essential oil, then remove it with a carrier oil, not with water. You should always test for skin sensitivity. So for people who have a sensitive skin, use the inside of your elbow, just to make sure that you won't have reaction. Everybody has different chemistry and sensitivities, so what upsets one person's skin may not upset another person's skin, vice versa. What is good for one person may actually upset somebody else's skin. Citrus oils may cause photosensitivity, so we need to be aware of them. That would include lemon, orange, bergamot, lime, grapefruit, citrus bliss, tangerine. I think that's it. I said lime. Yeah, I think that's it. So we need to be careful if we apply citrus oils to the skin and stay out of the sun for at least 12 hours and stay off sunbeds for at least 12 hours. However, if you have taken the citrus oils internally, this does not apply. As in, you can go in the sun and it will be fine. But as long as you follow the guidelines, then you shouldn't have any problems. So there are lots of other essential oils that I haven't talked about that can help and support lots of different things. For example, sleep and relaxation. There's a whole plethora of oils that we can use for that. I personally have been using some of the essential oils for children who are taking exams, and in my diffuser I would put lemon, peppermint and rosemary. There's evidence that rosemary can help to improve memory, so for children who are studying and taking exams, this is a great blend to use in the diffuser while studying, and also taking into the exam room. Obviously you can't take a diffuser into the exam room, but you can make nasal inhalers like Vicks inhalers. There's another oil called In Tune, which has been very good for helping with focus and concentration, and has been used by people with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, to help just focus the mind. There are essential oils that you can use for helping with hormonal imbalances. And for anybody that's interested in knowing how to get the essential oils, there are 3 different ways that you can get them. The first way is that you can buy at full retail price. This is the least economical way of doing it, but nevertheless can be done. It's the best way for somebody that may want to just buy 1 or 2, literally 1 or 2 oils over 12 months. Wholesale, this is a more economical way than buying retail, and this would be ideal for somebody that wanted to buy 3 or 4 oils over 12 months or maybe more. When you buy wholesale, you get 25% off the retail price. So the way you would do this is you buy an enrolment which will cost you £24, and this then entitles you to the 25% off for the next 12 months. And when I've done the calculations, what I normally find is that for somebody that buys maybe 4 or 5 oils in a 12-month period, this is a better way to go than buying at retail, because you more than save your initial investment of £24 by buying, say, 4 or 5 oils. Or if you wanted to get a diffuser, then you would make your part of your £24 back very quickly. However, the most cost-effective and economical way to get hold of these essential oils is to get an enrolment kit. The kits of oils come with free enrolment, so you don't have to pay that £24 to get the 25% off. So with a kit, you get the 25% off the retail price for the next 12 months. The oils in the kits are discounted. I mean, clearly it is a larger outlay, but it is much more cost effective. So the people that feel that they would like to use essential oils in the same way that I do for family health and well-being, the kit is definitely the most economical way to go. So anybody wishing to purchase oils through their own doTERRA account will subsequently receive a free webinar with me. So I will go through the oils that you have. This is the people that buy kits or get the wholesale account. I will go through whatever you have, make sure that you know what you're doing, and make sure that you know how to use your account. And for anybody that, again, buys the wholesale account or gets an essential oil kit with a free enrolment, we'll also have free access to our busy Facebook group, where we have a lot of people who use essential oils, all communicating, sharing ideas, asking questions, giving answers, giving support, and basically genuinely educating ourselves. There is a full money-back guarantee as well for the first 30 days after any purchases. So if somebody buys oils and then believes that they've made a mistake, as long as it's within the first 30 days, there will be a full guaranteed money-back period. So for anybody interested in the kits, the 2 most commonly bought kits are the Home Essentials kit and the Family Physician kit. They both contain the 10 oils that I have been through, minus the wild orange. However, if anybody's interested in these kits, I will throw in a free 5 ml wild orange, so you will get all of the oils that I have spoken about in this video. And I will also throw in 4 roller balls so that you can make up your own dilutions and store it in a roller ball, what we call a roller ball, which is a glass bottle that has a ball like a deodorant roller ball on the top, so you roll it on your skin, and it just means that you don't have to dilute the oils every time you apply them to your skin topically. So the differences between these two kits: the Home Essentials kit contains 15 ml bottles of oil, all apart from the Deep Blue, which only comes in a 5 ml, but all the others are 15 ml size bottles, and you get a free diffuser as well with this kit. That is £226.80, but as I said, also comes with the free enrolment and with the 25% off anything that you buy subsequent to that from doTERRA. The Family Physician Kit is £115.20. This has the same oils that I've been through, but they are only in 5 ml bottle sizes. So it's kind of considered as like a sample kit for people that are not certain whether they would use the essential oils to the same extent as somebody that wanted the Home Essentials kit. There are often monthly promotions, so it's always worth asking me in advance if you're interested in one of the kits, if there are any monthly promotions, and I will be able to let you know if there's any other promotions that you'll be able to get your hands on so that you can get even better value. So if anybody would like to know any more, if you haven't already booked your free 20-minute consultation with me, then please do so. And if you have any further questions, then please feel free to email me. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to hearing from you.